Welcome.
We got it. Hi guys.
Welcome to the Kemi podcast. We're called Kemi because I'm Karen and she's...
Baby.
Okay, so I have a...
We have to review this. Why are we doing that?
I'm keeping this in. We're keeping this in. I have an icebreaker for you. For us. I thought of this question yesterday and I thought it'd be quite funny. It could be funny. I think it's funny. Okay. Name something that I do that annoys you.
Easy. I'm joking.
Go.
Something that you do that annoys me. Okay, so...
She said, here's a scroll.
So, it's funny. I think I'm the most mellow out of us.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Right.
No, do you know, it doesn't... It's not necessarily annoying.
Yeah.
But it can get annoying to a certain extent. So you do this thing where...
Have I heard this before?
Yeah, I've told you this before.
You told me this... Okay, go on then.
I've also told you this in reference to somebody else that you know.
Go on then.
Because you have a little bit of it, and that's why you guys got along so well.
This a nigga you're talking about?
It's a nigga. But, you can be very... Not animated, but sometimes you're just so turned on. And I'm like, oh, right, calm down.
She hates me, guys. That's what she said. She said, I hate my friend. That's what she said.
That's what I'm saying. But, like, you're very animated. But
yeah,
you know what's funny? It's also one of the things that I love about you.
Yeah.
And I'm not even just saying that for the glitter. Sometimes, don't
No, I knew this, but I know this. I've been told this before. Yeah, remember I told you.
Sometimes I'm like, shut up, Karen. And then you know when I'm doing that, because sometimes when you talk, I'm like...
I'm looking for a new friend.
So, guys, I'm selling a
someone that appreciates me for me.
But sometimes I'm like, yeah, this is the vibe that I'm looking for. It's like, it's a girl type, bro. I love it. It's nice.
I know someone in school, remember I told you this, they were like, oh, I have a face like Kermit the Frog. And I make noises like Kermit the Frog.
You can definitely be a Muppet.
Yeah, I think voiceover is my thing.
You can definitely be a Muppet. I can see you doing that. It's funny though.
Love it or hate it.
Because you're really good at making sounds.
Yeah. I think I'm bang on. Yeah. All I need to do now is learn, the script for The Purge and then put a little accent on it. That script
Why do you want to learn that?
I don't know. I just think it's really cool. With a regional accent, I think it could bang on the money.
Is this a give and take? Do I ask you?
Oh, yeah.
What was the question again?
Something that I do or you don't know.
Okay.
Mine wasn't that intense, really.
What did you think it was going to be? I don't hate you.
No, I know. Of course not. But I'm thinking the one that I thought for you wasn't as intense.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. No, I was just like, oh yeah, I can think of a scenario, but not like a personality trait.
No.
I'm joking. No,
this is the bad girl that you are.
This is one thing that you used to do. I'm like, oh my days. No, you don't do it anymore.
Why?
But I think when I tell you, it makes sense.
Okay.
When I first met Bemi, I don't know if she never had mascara or her mascara was just dry. Every time we got ready, Bemi would be like, have you got mascara? Every time, do you remember?
I didn't have mascara.
She'd be like, have you got mascara? Have you got mascara? Have you got mascara? No, one time you had one in your makeup bag.
It was dry.
It's dry. And then I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, she didn't ask me for mascara in time. But it's because you got lashes on now, so you don't even need mascara.
Deep down, when I would ask Karen if I could use her mascara, she'd be like, fuck off, get out of my face.
All this time.
Why are you crying? This is not funny to me.
No, because it was funny because yesterday I was like, she didn't ask me for mascara in time.
Because I haven't needed it.
Yeah, because you got lashes now.
No, but even before then, did I used to ask for I got my lashes done?
No.
I thought the last time I asked you was when you were in uni.
Because no. That's, no.
No, bear in mind, we've been in uni for a minute.
We've been out of uni for like 3 years.
I haven't.
All right, but we didn't go to the same master's thing. I don't have one. That's just you, babe.
Okay.
I thought of it yesterday. I burst out laughing because I was like, damn.
Karen said, I can't be your friend.
Good job, mascara. I was going to make you a hamper with mascaras in it for your birthday present.
Do you know why? Because back when before I used to wear lashes, because remember, we have a friend and she was like, to me, don't come out with us if you're not wearing lashes.
Do you know what it is? I feel like your makeup isn't finished if you don't have lashes.
Okay, but I got into makeup.
Yeah, no, that was unfair because at the time
Right.
nobody's makeup was popping. That was unfair.
I got into makeup in first year.
Yeah.
So when I got into makeup, I didn't know how to do put lashes on.
I didn't know how to do lashes.
Mascara.
Yeah.
And then one time we were going out, and this friend was like, "You're not coming if you don't wear lashes." Like, I don't know if she said it like that verbatim,
straight up, but
she was like, "Don't come out if you don't wear lashes." And I said, fair.
She said, grow up.
The next day, I went out and I bought some lashes. I said, you're right.
What did you get? Demi Wispies? Ardell?
I got like the Sosu.
Oh, okay. Superdrug style.
Whatever ones were in Primark.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
To be fair, they have good lashes.
Because those Sosu lashes were like a $5. And back then, that was a lot for lashes, yeah.
That still is now.
For a first-time lasher, that's a lot for lashes.
£5.
Now, I mean, I wear individuals now, but if I get like a strip.
Or you get...
15 quid.
Yeah, I was going to say, you go and get the mink ones.
But...
Them, what's that lady that sells them?
I'm not wearing them all the time. If I'm wearing them all the time.
True. Still, give me a £2 lash. I'll stack them.
Something cheeky like that. But no, I don't need mascara anymore, so you can keep your mascara. I don't give a shit.
But that's a funny one. I think that's a nice icebreaker into today's topic. Talking about body image. BBL brigade. Fist in the air if you got one. I'll put my fist down because I don't have one. But
she has one.
You know, somebody, like, when I was a lot heavier, I can't remember who it was, but they asked me, like, proper inquisitive question of, like, did you do something to your body? And I was like, damn.
Do you hate me?
Because why would I tell them to leave the belly? If I'm doing a BBL, you better get down, give me ab etching. You better give me...
You know they can put, like, ab implants.
I think there's a man that I saw on a TV show that did it.
He had a big belly, but then he had ab implants.
But that's not cute.
It's not. But don't get BBL, guys. No joking. Love yourself.
I mean, what are your thoughts on it? What are your thoughts on
a
the
BBL?
the hype of, like, the BBL? Because it really is a hype, for sure.
It's gotten to a point where it's scary.
Yeah, I agree.
And the only reason I say that is because the first BBL bod I saw, the first BBL journey I saw, and I'm sure it's yours as well.
Aaliyah's face. Yeah.
And
she's an American vlogger.
YouTuber,
yeah.
vlogger. And she would vlog a lot, and she vlogged her BBL journey. And I remember watching it like, what?
It was intense. The blood, everything.
The bit that gets me is like the bodily fluids.
Yeah.
Like the blood.
She couldn't move.
Was it Farha?
Farha. She was in like a mummy style wrap.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think her mum was taking care of her. And I remember watching it like extremely intrigued because I couldn't understand
the need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like what the pressure was.
Yeah.
But then after her, it kind of was like a domino effect. There were so many other people that I kept seeing constantly getting BBL.
Yeah.
And then the reason behind it became a lot clearer. And I think it's moved so far away from body image. It's definitely in it. It's definitely embedded in it. Definitely the foundation.
Right.
But it's moved so far away from body image and like planted itself into the economy.
Damn.
Finances.
Ooh.
What you can get
Marxism.
from looking that way.
Yes. But I think, especially for Black women, there already is such a pressure for us to look a certain way, right? You can't be a Black girl and not have a bum. Like, how dare you be a Black girl and not have a bum?
Don't even show me your back.
You're embarrassing.
Right.
You're You can't be a Black girl and be slim. You can't be thin. Like, when I was in school, I was skinty.
Same.
And it was, oh, you're so skinny. Like, I can do this to your wrist. So skinny. All the time. And it used to really annoy me. Even I was on...
I used to hate being...
Yeah. I was on a mission to gain weight.
What were we in first year? Do you remember? Me and Karen used to scream, a petamin. Thank God we never got our hands on it.
I used to scream a petamin in school as well.
Thank God we never got our hands on it. It was hard to find. Guys,
very expensive.
Hard to find.
Yeah.
But, and like, as a uni student, you know.
Priorities.
But we used to scream a petamin. A petamin is basically like a syrup.
Yeah,
like
it's...
a medicine.
Yeah.
That you can take and it
supposed to induce hunger.
increases your appetite.
Yeah.
You eat more, but then it makes you more tired. So you're just eating and sleeping. Isn't
it? No, I'm thinking of something else. Because the girls used to take, was it chicken pills as well?
What?
Like the pills that they give the chickens so they eat more to fatten them up. Yeah.
That's insane.
I know.
But like, it was such a mission in first year to gain weight. That was unbelievable. And it's gotten to a point where seeing a BBL body is terrifying. And then you can tell the difference between like a BBL bod and implants or injections or any of the above. There's a lot of things that I've learned about BBLs that I didn't know. Like, for example, if they put fat into your hips, it might not stay there.
Oh, yeah. The fat, there's a high chance that the fat that they transfer is going to die. That's why they tell you to gain weight for BBLs, because the chances are...
the fat cells.
Right. So if some does die, you still have some remaining. So, like, they do, like, a buffer kind of style of BBL. But can I just say... And the girls are going to get mad with me, but, like, I've not yet seen a well-done BBL. I've not yet seen one. And perhaps the people who do have BBLs, who we think don't have BBLs, didn't do the ones that you guys are going to get done. Because the hips, the proportion to the thighs, the bum, like it... And I hate to speak about it because I feel like women are already but criticized and ridiculed every day as it is anyway. Now imagine having all that attention on you tenfold because you decided to do something to make yourself feel better. And then that's a whole nother conversation of people doing it for themselves.
Right.
What's the vibe?
Let me just ask, what do you deem as a well done BBL?
Lori Harvey.
And what does that entail?
I mean...
Like, it looks natural.
Oh, that's a trick question. Right. That's a trick question. Because, okay, I guess what I'm saying is I think they call it like the Beverly Hills, like polo style BBL, a skinny BBL, so to speak.
Right.
That's the vibes now, right? Because we're hearing that Kim Kardashian's reducing the fat, Khloe's reducing the fat.
It's funny that you mentioned her. Sorry to cut you off before I lose the thought. I saw a TikTok yesterday.
Damn.
Of, why you say damn to the TikTok?
Because that's the source.
Basically it was a health doctor.
Okay.
I don't know what they're called. Like, he works with people that are trying to lose weight.
Okay.
I don't know what they're called.
Dietitian, something like that, yeah.
And he apparently Kim Kardashian posted a picture of not like her BMI, but like inside her body. Okay. So you know where it has like different colors and it shows you like the muscle, different colors show you the bone.
Yeah.
So basically it was like her body, so you can see like, you know, the hips.
Yeah.
No disrespect, but like the hips and like almost like an ant's body.
Yes.
And he was like, okay, so I'm just gonna go through this. This is how a normal picture is supposed to look like.
Natural.
And it was like a man's body.
Yeah.
And it was like, you could see the fat, you could see the muscle, you could see the bone.
All of that.
And he was telling you what colour they were. And on her body, so like in the breast area, it was white. And he said the white parts are supposed to be bone. And he was like, obviously, where her breasts are, that's showing as white. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna leave you guys to make your own conclusions. Moved on now. He said, okay, there's parts where, and like again, her body weight, I think she weighed like 114
pounds. So she's
114.
What's that in kg?
Pounds.
58
I can't remember what,
kg less than.
I can't remember what her BMI.
What
her BMI was.
Yeah.
But he was like, her BMI is of an athlete. Is that of an athlete? To the point where he was like, but he wasn't questioning anything. And he was like, if he's being honest, if you think about how many things someone like Kim Kardashian would have access to,
right?
It's not the same as
the average person.
So when you're looking at people and you're comparing yourself to those people, you're comparing your body to theirs. Like, think about how many resources they have to get there. And nobody said, look, I'm not even gonna sit here and question the realness of her body. I could care less, right? But what I am gonna do is say natural is what you have. And if you're seeing a lot more bodies that look exactly the same, you need to now differentiate whether or not it's natural.
What's tea, right?
Do it for yourself. Don't do it for me. Don't do it for the young girls. Do it for yourself. Because if you keep looking, and especially if like Instagram, Twitter, you're seeing people all the flipping time. And you keep comparing yourself to their bodies. They're different.
I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, but I think conversations like this are really important for the natural girls, the girls that didn't do anything, right? Who do you look to for inspiration?
They can't afford it.
Some of us just don't want to do it. Long story short, don't get a BBL, guys. Please, I'm begging you. In Jesus' name, will the congregation say amen?
Or get one.
Yeah, Kemi, shut up.
No, I'm saying that because sometimes people will say things like, and I'm not saying it's not true, I'm not saying it is true, I'm just saying people will say it.
I'm just saying.
People say things like, this made me feel better. Sure.
But, okay, but I'll caveat that by saying, because everyone says the same stuff, and I'm not even trying to say do your research and all that stuff, because that goes without saying. If I hear or see that you've gone and got a BBL and you're crying on the internet, and then I find out that you went to the first surgeon who you found on Google, it was on the first page. Sweetie, what is you doing? And to the boys as well, because I'm now seeing men are getting BBLs too.
For a little while in the beginning, they were all going to that same place in Miami. The one that I saw Aaliyah's face go to it.
Is that where she went to? In Miami?
I think so.
I thought she had it done in ATL. I'm not sure. It was so long ago.
Glamazonte went to it.
Oh.
Somebody else.
Susu. Did Susu go there? Because she got...
I didn't watch her. I wasn't watching Susu.
Well, I watched it because Aaliyah was there with her when she got it done.
Really?
Yeah, Aaliyah, like, she went to help out and take care of her and stuff. Because I think they were quite close at the time. Yeah. They were, like, hanging out for a bit.
I never really watched Susu, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I don't watch anyone, to be fair. But, look, yes, do it or don't do it. Do whatever. But...
Sorry.
Just... She's so annoying. She's so annoying, guys. Take your precautions in the sense of, like, don't go into this blindly. Understand the circumstances. Understand that a lot of the BBLs that we see that we think look nice are multiple rounds of surgery. Every time I watch a BBL video, the girls will always say, you don't get this body on the first go. Even the surgeons will let you know, like, what you're looking for is unattainable in the first go.
Insane.
There's one babe, you know Winter from Bad Girls Club?
Yeah.
She's on like her 6th or 7th BBL now, or revision rather, because she's also very transparent. That's the one thing I do like about her. She's extremely transparent about having her body done.
You watch her on Bad Girls Club?
I never watched Bad Girls Club. That was bad vibes. But I remember her, like, I remember the clips and stuff. It was crazy. This is the one where, like, they threw all the girls' stuff in the... Yeah, and the Claremont twins.
Well, I'm not holding nothing against nobody, but Winter and Dream were, like, bullies.
Yeah.
It's a little...
I've heard lots about that.
Right.
But yeah, she's really transparent about her body and the work that she's had done and the work she needs to get done and all of the revisions. She's still really happy with her body. She really enjoys it. But it's about managing expectations. What you're looking for, you're not going to achieve in the first go. Unlikely. And you're going to have to gain a lot of weight to do this BBL unless you have fat in place that you'd like to move.
Do you know what? Quick question. Have you ever considered surgery?
Yes.
What?
Okay, so at the beginning of my weight loss journey, sorry, I keep moving the camera. Okay. No, I think it's good. Yeah. At the beginning of my weight loss journey, it was taking so long, I considered to get lipo. And I was like, if I'm going to get lipo, I might as well give myself a little ass. Why let it go to waste? I was like, I'm going to get a little bit of ass as well. And then I was like, okay, but like, how stupid do you look going to get a BBL when you live in your mum's house? Right. One, you don't have any tangible assets apart from a car at the time. So like, how silly do you look going to? That's how I felt for me. I'm not saying anyone else that lives at their mum's yard, wanting to get a BBL. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Anyone that wants to get BBL living in your mum's house, do whatever you want. Like, I'm not saying you're stupid for doing it, but I personally felt like, why would you do that?
I agree. And
then I also wanted to get a breast lift and a reduction. But that came more so into the actual weight loss journey at the beginning of it, because it was so slow and I had some disposable cash laying on the side. I was like, no, I literally can't do it. My last shot was going with my personal trainer, and it's the best decision I could have ever made. But yes, I have considered plastic surgery. Have you?
So when I was 16, shocking. I'm joking. When I was 16, I realised that I had smaller boobs than the majority.
Right.
Then when I got to like 17, back to turn 18, it was just heavy on me. Like, I remember being in sixth form and just really noticing that, like, I ain't got no boobs. Like, I used to wear a bra to bed. All my bras were like push up. Keep it in mind, it's like a push up bra.
Does push up even work if there's nothing to push up?
Was doing something.
Was it?
Was doing something.
Well, it's got all the padding
but
in, yeah.
There was so much padding in it.
It hurts.
I could probably float on the fucking
Yeah.
But it was something that I was really insecure about. Because I was like, what do you mean? Like, what? I remember when the first time I started wearing bras, I was so excited to put a bra on.
Oh.
You could barely get a bra on me now, guys. But I was so excited.
Nipples in everyone's face every day.
I wanted boobs so much. When I got to 17, 18, I, okay,
I would die for breasts.
Trying to like get into this now.
Yeah.
So saving up my little monies from my little job.
Yeah.
And I was looking. I can't remember what it was called now.
Maya Cosmetics. Yeah.
It was pink.
And they had a TV. You know, they used to advertise on telly.
Yes.
That's awful.
I don't know where I saw it first.
Stars TV.
But I remember seeing them being like, this is
tangible. Yeah. I could get some boobs. Yeah.
So I was just thinking about it like that. Like, okay. Like, there's something I want to do. And I remember I spoke to one of my teachers quite briefly. And I remember saying to her, like, something had happened. I can't remember. But I remember speaking to her and she was like, it wasn't that dramatic. So
I was going to say, girl, you okay?
No. But, like, I remember speaking to her briefly and she was like, I'm not going to tell you not to do it.
Yeah.
And I think she had her boobs done.
Oh, really? Oh, that is such an honest conversation.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Did it look like there was a bit?
Well, you couldn't
sweetie.
Really see this.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
She had them out.
You know, someone might be a bit sexy.
I just used to always find reasons as to why this is something I wanted. I've always been quite small. I'm quite, I don't know what to say that now, but I'm quite petite. I've always kind of been quite small.
Yeah, I mean, she's 5'2", guys. She's a small lady.
But I've always been quite small, always been quite slim. And I was like, okay, this is something I need to do. I remember watching Aaliyah J when she was doing her boob journey. And I didn't want them as big as that. I remember I would always say,
painful when she got hers done.
I remember I would always say I want a full C.
Okay.
I want a full C cup.
And you
I
were
was sitting there at an A.
Okay.
Maybe even a double A.
Okay.
But it was like a double A push-up bra that I would be wearing. It was just so important to me. And I think for a while it kind of like consumed me. Not a lot. Not to the point where I'm like...
Yeah.
But like...
But enough to be on your mind all the time.
Enough for me to be like, okay, this is something that I'm going to do. And then I remember shortly after that, I don't remember when Jackie Anna got her breast done. Even before I say that, when I would watch Aaliyah J, she would say like she's always been quite small. And like getting her boobs done just made her feel like a woman, and that's what I felt like I needed. And then keep in mind, I'm flipping.
You're literally a child.
So I remember when Jackie Anna got her boobs done.
Yeah.
She was like, she got a fat transfer. And I was like, wait, she didn't get a fat transfer.
No, I think she did.
Saying, oh, did she?
Yeah, I think she did. Something like that.
I was like, you can get them transferred. So then in my mind, I'm like, okay, so now I can like eliminate the whole like
implant situation. Yeah.
Like, you know, like the Pamela Anderson boobs. And not that they were bad boobs, but like I just didn't want them to be massive. I wanted them to look like I had actually.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I get a fat transfer, it's perfect. They're just going to be big and blah, blah. So I'm like looking into this stuff. When I turned 18, I was a Tumblr babe. So I would always be on Tumblr like, oh, cute stuff. When I turned 18, I remember I got some inspo for something, walked into a piercing shop and changed my whole outlook on the way I looked at my boobs. Because for me, it was like, they're pretty because I say so. And not because they're supposed to be big. They don't have to be big in order for them to be pretty. That feeling of not feeling like a woman because I didn't have big boobs went away so quickly. And not because of whatever I did, but because for me, it was like, there's other things that I want to do. There's other things that I'm doing that make me feel like I'm grown. all I got to do is hit another birthday and I'm getting older. Do you know what I mean?
But I even think it's less of a like being grown and more of like that feeling that you mentioned of being a woman, so to speak. But then also, what about the girls that it's not necessarily that they don't feel like a woman? They are very much woman, but they're just not uncomfortable. They're just not comfortable with the way they look.
So for me, obviously my reasoning was because I didn't feel like a woman.
At 17.
I wasn't a woman, I was a child.
I was a girl. Yeah.
But like, you don't have that outlook when you're younger. But I mean, getting older and definitely seeing the change of my boob. Like, as a woman, your body, even as a girl, your body changes so much. So much. Like, there's so many things that you go through. There's like, you can have big boobs one day and flat chested the other. It doesn't mean that you're missing anything. But I think the most important thing to say is nobody can influence your decision on your body.
Nobody should.
Nobody should. But how you feel about your body is your decision. You wouldn't be tempted to change things unless you're feeling an influence.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Even if you're not ready to admit that. Even if you're not ready to see that side of things. And it's not a bad thing. Like, women's bodies are scrutinized so much,
objectified,
like,
every day,
much pressure
every day,
that like it's impossible to feel 100 as a woman. It's impossible to feel 100% about your body every single day. It's impossible. But what I will say is that even if it's just one thing that you like today, try to find at least one thing about your body that you like every single day, and before you know it, you will forget the days where you were like, what was wrong?
Yeah.
You won't even know. Like, if you're making decisions about your body, make sure you stand 10 toes in those decisions.
All
like
10 of
them. Barely related, but in regards to like the story, when people get tattoos, there was some guy that I saw that said he would think about a tattoo that you wanted.
Yeah.
And before he would get it, he would make it his lock screen on his phone every single day. And if it got into a point where he's like fed up of looking at it, he wouldn't get it tattooed on his body. And I was like, that's a good idea, actually, because...
Especially if it works for you.
Especially if it works for you. I'm a big believer in, like, you don't need to have a crazy meaning behind every tattoo. But if you like it, get it. It's your own body. But there's a lot of stories nowadays of people getting, like, implants, BBLs, lipo, whatever you get. And they just wish they can reverse it. But once you've done it, you can never go back.
That's so good.
Like, you can put an implant in. When you take it out, it's not just going to look like how it looked before.
Oh, no.
An implant stretches your skin. It does a lot. So,
that's a word.
Whatever decisions you make in regards to your body, make sure you stand 10 toes in them. Nobody should be able to tell you anything about your body. If you want the surgery, if you don't want the surgery.
Either way.
You need to be 10 toes in how you feel.
All 10 of them.
10 toes.
I like that. And I reiterate all of what you're saying. Any decision that you make pertaining to your appearance has to be your prerogative.
Right.
The way you view yourself, I know there's all these outside influences, and it doesn't help when you were raised in an African household like I was, and my mum always has something to say about how skinny I was. Oh my God, you're so skinny. And then when I gained a little bit of weight, oh my God, you're so fat. Oh my God, you're fat. Like, it doesn't help. I appreciate that we're coming at you from a perspective of two grown girls. We've been there. We're not too grown. We don't know it all, guys. We're only 24 years old, but there's still things that we're yet to discover. But for the girls that are 18, 19, even 21, 22, listening to this, we don't have any surgery. I don't intend on getting any. Do you?
I'm joking.
I mean, but that's an honest response, you know?
No, I don't want any surgery at all. I don't want any surgery that will change my body. I don't even think it will. Do you know what else I do a lot? When I think about things that I don't like about my body, which is very rarely, like, I can't think of specific things about my body where I'm like, oh my God, I hate that. It just doesn't, I can't think that way.
Yeah.
But I can say, okay, I might want to change this. But my mind wouldn't go straight to surgery.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about before, maybe if I was Kim Kardashian, it might.
Yes. But this is why I say, and everything that you do, if it is going to be invasive or non-invasive, you have to make sure that you are managing your expectations. And it's really easy to get addicted to this stuff, you know? I fixed one thing. Oh shit, might as well fix the other
We
thing.
spoke about this.
Right. Oh shit, might as well do that. Might as well seal the deal, get it all done, you know?
Let me go fix it. Let me go do this. Let me go do that.
Even I'm hearing how, you know, the celebrities that are pregnant, well, the ones who are pregnant, whatever the case may be. Right, so they'll go in for a C-section and have a 360 lipo at the same time. So they're coming out of that hospital brand new.
Have you heard of like the husband stitch?
The husband stitch.
So basically, what it is, there's actually a definition for it. Like, it's a real thing. I don't know it was a real thing.
Is this a surgery of some sort?
No. So basically, with women, when they have a baby, if they have like a rip or a tear, a tear or something, so sometimes the husband, I don't know if there's the husband that can answer, the lady wants it, but like, is she awake? I don't know if they consult, pregnant guys,
right?
But they do an extra stitch, so it's like
tight.
It's unethical.
Oh my god! Right. Oh, like guys, just.
I don't know if they still do it though. I don't know if you can answer that.
Leave the girls alone. But it was fine before.
I thought it was a joke when I first heard of it.
But it was fine before. So why are you asking them to put in another stitch? You were happy with it before.
No, yeah, but it was... Listen, I'm not justifying it, but it was fine before.
Yeah.
But obviously, baby just come out. It's not fine anymore. But...
Baby said tighten up, hoe.
No, because like, now I'm perpetuating...
Baby said tighten up, hoe.
Right. We don't want to do that. What I'm saying is, obviously, it's going to go back to what it was before.
Eventually, yeah. Give it time. Right. Give it chance.
A little bit silly.
Oh my god! It's
yeah.
Everything in moderation.
Right.
Everything with pinch of salt. Consult God if you're religious. Consult somebody. Go to someone that you can liaise with.
Speak about it.
Right. Vocalize how you're feeling. Why do you want to do it?
Find out. Like, don't just... Right, and that's another thing. Why do you want to do it?
Why do you want to do it?
It's so easily accessible to change your body these days that it's like...
It's frightening.
It's frightening. That's what I said in the beginning. It's become scary now.
Because it was something that only...
do you know what else kind of pissed me off with it? Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What bothers me with it is that guys will literally be like, yeah, hips, small waist. Guys, let me just say something. Very rarely are women born
talking to you
with a small waist and a big bum.
I was born a baby. That part.
But very rarely. It happens. There is some women that have natural bodies that like that. Defo. But what I will say
is that... You guys.
She got it too, guys. But what I will say is... Oh my god, I have plantain chips. Sorry.
Finish your thought.
What I will say is that... women's bodies aren't exactly what you want them to be all the time.
And I'm sorry about it.
Right. These same men will be like, no, big hips, small waist.
Big boobs. Ugh.
Was it when you do the measurements?
What did Nelly say? Measurements 36, 29, 24.
I was talking about, Nelly said it, but I was talking about Erykah Badu, and she was like, 6.5. But, come on, guys. What I'm saying is, let's be serious, let's be real. And then nowadays, these same guys will be doing BBLs. Get me a goblin.
So, like, what can we do? Sure. And also, let's even scratch the guys out of it, because sometimes women will perpetuate that same type of hate to each other as well. Like, oh, she's got a fridge
That's
body.
Legit what I was about to say.
Right.
So, first, I want to get into. I enjoy Leah's face, and I enjoy watching her vlogs.
I do too.
What I have noticed, I've never been to Atlanta, y'all.
ATL, baby.
That was for the American listeners.
For the ATL girls.
But I've never been to Atlanta.
Apparently it's BBL Central.
Right. I've never been to Atlanta. I don't know what's on the streets.
Streets.
But what I will say is that there seems to be a certain look.
You
know?
Talk about it.
Light skin.
Light skinned.
BBL.
Right.
Long hair.
And it's like, I think the part that frustrates me about the BBL, and to your point about the whole Atlanta aesthetic, because it is very much light-skinned, or the lighter, the brighter, with tiniest waist and the biggest hips in an area that isn't even naturally where your hips would sit. And what frustrates me about that, particularly for the younger girls that have to see that and consume that type of content, is it's being passed off as as though it's natural.
Right.
Because those BBL girls will have like the long,
it's effortless.
Like I just woke up like this, right? The long, natural looking hair with the no makeup looks, with the I was so effortless, just woke up, wore a sweatsuit, but my body's just looking so great. And then those girls will still be complaining about like I'm so bloated. The whole time I'm like, where?
Does the belly even do that?
I thought they'd take the belly with it. They didn't snatch it out.
Does it do that?
Do you even bloat anymore? Like,
And it's scary because, and I've said scary a lot.
Because we're scared.
I'm scared. I'm frightened.
I'm frightened.
But what I will say is that definitely we kind of need to grab some of that back, and I get it. I don't think we will ever move away from, because you mentioned appropriation, if we now take a dib and dabble into, colorism, it's a different story. Because if Karen or I went and got the biggest BBL that you've ever seen, never seen ass like this in your life, I got the titties with it, and we're like marching around. If we now had a third friend who was light skinned with the BBL and the attention would be different.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying...
Yes.
Right.
Talk on it.
It's not something that should be... Because 9 times out of 10, this is why I say that I love watching Aaliyah's face. Because I don't think she feeds into the way she looks.
Right.
Like, I also get that you're born the way you're born.
Right. We didn't get a say in this. I didn't get a choice.
Sometimes that's just the life you have to live.
That's just what it is. Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But what I will say is that some people really know how to use that to their advantage, and to a point where they would put other women down in order to put themselves up.
Because they have a natural advantage that we didn't pick.
And
we didn't get that.
Right. This natural advantage is determined by men, and that's the issue. Because... Why? Because the boy said that the light skin is better. So the light skin is better.
But also, I think naturally because of the whole colorism conversation, which we're now dabbling into a whole different scene, but because back at home, when I say back at home, I'm talking Africa, because Bemi's Nigerian, I'm from Ghana. The lighter the word...
Still called Kemi.
Still Kemi. The lighter you are in Ghana or in Nigeria, it's almost like a survival element, right? The lighter you are, the more chances you are...
The more opportunities you
right.
have.
The more likely you're going to live a better life, the lighter you are.
Like, my dad is darker. He's not dark skinned, but he's darker. My mum is very light.
Light, bright and white. My mum is light, bright and white. My dad is a dark skinned man. Light, bright and white, my mother.
TV show, My Wife and Kids.
Light, bright and white was the wife.
There's another one. My Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Light, bright. Actually, they brought a dark skinned Aunt Viv, or they took her out.
They changed the Aunt
Yeah, they took her out and brought in light, bright and white.
First, rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
For real. You're the only father that I ever knew.
Right. So it's like,
we're not gonna...
Scary. We're seeing a lot of that. And then when you add the BBL to it, into the mix it up, make it nice, you're seeing a lot of these men, like the famous men on Insta, I don't know what they call them. The rappers.
Oh,
the rappers.
Not the Pop Smoke. Sorry, rest in peace, Pop Smoke. The baby, Lil Baby.
We're not talking about that guy.
Jada Waiter.
But is she light skinned? That's the problem.
She's
more of a brown skinned babe.
The figure of an ant. Right. She is beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
Beautiful.
But she's a brown skinned babe. But this is what I'm saying. If you're darker than that light skin aesthetic, do you know what? Let me not call it an aesthetic.
We're fucked, basically.
If you're darker than that, you need to be prettier than anybody.
I say this all the time, though.
The expectations are high.
People used to be so surprised when they met me and they'd be like, wow, oh my God, you're so pretty. And I'd be like, why is that like an oh my God moment? Because I know other dark-skinned women that look like me who I think are absolutely stunning. But the perception genuinely was when I was in school that dark-skinned African women to be specific, are supposed to be ugly. Even when I moved from my school that I went to in East London and we moved to Birmingham, the first thing that people was in, like the first thing that was...
Like, you're gorgeous.
And it was like, what do you mean you're African and pretty? Like, what?
Right.
Like, apparently that's just not allowed. It's bizarre.
I think it's the stupidest thing ever.
It's bizarre.
I think it's disappointing.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
I just feel as though it's hard to be a woman.
Oh, at this point.
It's hard to be female.
Hang it up, flat screen.
Right. It's hard to be female. There's so many expectations and
so many ideals.
I will also add into that like we can't, like the Aaliyah's faces. We can't.
Aaliyah's faces.
Yeah, I put women like her, because she shouldn't be ridiculed either.
A period.
Because she's just light skin, and she has a BBL.
She just happened to get a BBL, yeah.
And do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Circumstantial.
Right. And for her, it shouldn't. I guess it's a bit like pretty privilege. Like, I know what I can do, but like I know what type of advantages. I'm sure you know what type of advantages. We know what type of advantages are out there. But there's some people that don't know they have those advantages.
And also I think some people just don't want to feed into it.
Exactly. And it's terrifying, because we shouldn't, oh my god, these scary synonyms, but we shouldn't be sitting here what am I trying to say? Like, I don't want to make it sound like it's the women's fault. There's definitely women that play into their role to the point where it's almost putting other women down and all. Yeah. But it's also, we're ridiculed so much that, like, by accident sometimes you're put in a box and you're playing for a team that you didn't even sign up for. And it makes it really difficult. But
and to tie that all back into the BBL conversation, like we said, make sure the decision is your own. Make sure you understand what place that decision is coming from. Don't let me find out that you went and got a BBL because you're 17 years old and you're so sick of looking in a mirror.
Limit?
I don't think if you're going to Turkey or Brazil and you've already slapped a £2,000 deposit down, they care. And that's what makes it so dangerous. Some of it is not regulated there. Even when I watched a documentary on Vice the other day, the girls, 2 American girls, dancers, or entertainers, sorry, if that's the correct term, they had said that they got their BBLs done abroad. And the interviewer was like, why did you do it abroad and not in the US? And they're like, one, it's half the price. They said their US doctor was charging $14,000. They got it done for like $6,500 in the DR. And also the limit to the amount of fat that they can extract in the US is a lot less than it is in other countries. So basically in the DR, there is no limit. They can pull as much fat as you ask them to. In the US, I'm sure there's a limit, as she's mentioned, and I'm almost certain there's one in the UK. They're not just going to take as much as you want them to because aesthetics. And that is why you have to manage your expectations with these type of cosmetic surgeries, because the look that you're trying to achieve, it might not be that one round of BBL. The recovery time, the luxuries that these Kim Kardashians and all these other celebrities have, they can take 3-4 months out because they are millionaires, gazillionaires. I only have 25 days worth of leave. I cannot take 2 months of leave from work. I can't afford to not sit on my bum. I have to sit on my bum. I can't take time out, you know. They wake up one day and they have the luxuries and they have the access, and we can't compare our lives to those that have the access. It's much like what's her name? Kendall Jenner was like, oh, I used to be really insecure about my skin and like it really used to bother me because I think she had a bit of acne, literally quite minimal from what I saw. It wasn't that serious. But again, she had the resources to resolve that within the space of how many weeks before she jumped on the Victoria's Secret and did the show. Some of us don't have that.